Hello and welcome. I am Rashim Mogha and this is the Empowered Women of the World podcast, a podcast where we talk about technology, leadership and success. This is season 4. In the last couple of months, many companies including tech giants like Microsoft, Google, Amazon and Salesforce have laid off thousands of employees. The interest rates have been rising to tackle inflation, and the unemployment rates are expected to be at 7% in 2023. The world is preparing for an economic slowdown. And in today's podcast, I will share with you 5 strategies to build a cushion and prepare for the upcoming recession. First and foremost, build an emergency fund. If you haven't already done so, make sure to start saving immediately to build an easily accessible emergency fund. Now, this is not the money that's sitting in equity or stocks or in your 401k. You need at least 6 to 9 months of basic living expenses in a high savings account from where you can pull money for medical and personal emergencies if needed. If you're an entrepreneur, you need additional 6 to 9 months of operating expenses for your business as well in this fund. The important thing to remember is that this money should be easily accessible when you need it. The second strategy is to pay off your debt so that you have more credit available in case you need it. When recession hits, no one's job is safe. It doesn't matter if you're a top performer or not. When companies lay off during recession, the decision is based on the guidance that they get from the investors or the board or the market, and it's not based on employee performance. So pay off your credit cards, those car loans, and other debts that as much as you can. That way, you don't have to keep paying the interest when money is already tight during recession. Also, if the need arises, you have more credit balance available on your credit cards. The third strategy that I have for you is to don't panic and don't sell your stock. Now, most traditional stocks are long-term investments. I still remember when recession hit in 2008, there were a lot of people at that time who were investing in technology stocks. The VMware stock went down to about $22 at that time. And some people who had bought the stock at about $100 panicked and they sold all that stock. They lost about $80 per share. That's a big chunk of money. VMware stock in 2021 reached $198. So if they would have just waited, they wouldn't have lost all that money. So if you need money, use your emergency fund before you sell your stocks. But if you don't need money, don't panic and don't sell your stock. That brings us to strategy number 4. Buy stock and property during recession. Yes, you heard it right. During recession, the stock and the property prices crash. So it's a great time to actually invest in stock and property. Now you might argue that if the interest rates are high, then why should you buy property during recessions? I will tell you a secret that a real estate planner once told me. He said to me, you date the interest rate and you marry the property price. That was a very interesting concept for me. This concept essentially means that while buying property, you should focus on the price because that's what you are tied to. You can always refinance and get a lower interest rate when you have built equity. So if the property values are down and the interest rate is high, go ahead and buy that property and then refi it when the interest rates are low and the equity increases on your property. I'll give you my own example. When we bought our house, we got it at 6.5 interest rate in 2008. That was when the market was just starting to crash. Since then, we have refinanced it twice and now our interest rate is at 2.5%, and the value of the property has doubled during that time. So go ahead, save that money right now to buy stocks and property when the prices are low and when we are in recession. And the fifth strategy that I have for you is to explore multiple income streams. As I mentioned before, the job market is hit hard during recession. If you have multiple income streams, not only do you build your revenue stream, but you also get an opportunity to hone your skills and expand your knowledge. With these strategies, you own your growth in the economic slowdown. We will share more such strategies at the upcoming eWOW 2023 Virtual Summit on April 22nd, 2023. You can go to ewowglobal.com to register for the event for the early bird price. The link is also in the show notes. As always, thank you for joining me today, and thank you for loving, liking, supporting, and sharing the podcast. Remember, sharing is caring. I look forward to seeing you again in our next podcast, where I will share strategies for owning your growth. Till then, keep empowering the world.